Cool. Straight up, honestly, like I'm very, very worried about Patrick Mahomes. Um, so honestly, like I didn't want to make this video because I know I made the Tom Brady video yesterday because he won the Super Bowl. But I'm not one who likes to like reward the loser by like giving them the extra attention and such. But I feel like today showed me that people aren't being honest enough with Patrick Mahomes and about what caused the Chiefs to really lose that game. Patrick Mahomes is a terrific thrower of the football. There's no way around that. There's no questioning that. There's no taking that away from him. Like, we know Patrick Mahomes can throw a football. So when we talk about the things we expect to see, it's not him in the football throwing. And I feel like people aren't recognizing that the way I recognized it. I feel like just because easy comparison, and as always an easy comparison, is Tom Brady. He's mental with it as well as talented with it, and I feel like his work ethic makes up for some of the incapabilities that his talent might not have. And I feel like he has a lot of talent, but he's not a Patrick Mahomes arm thrower, so be real. But the thing about Patrick Mahomes is, first of all, the whole season I don't feel like you took it serious, and that was just a lot of ego. They asked you about Tom Brady and he said he might have been the greatest ever, and a lot of ego. I felt like a lot of ego was there, and I don't understand why. I feel like you got set up with a good system, a good coach, good receivers, decent defense. It just looked decent yesterday. Like, the offense didn't either, but not a bad team. Mahomes does not have a bad team. So when we look at the tape and we watch the game, I was watching it live, the Super Bowl, 55. I watched it live. So when we look in and we're trying to figure out what really went wrong, and do we blame the coaching? Do we blame the receiver? Who do we blame? All of the above. And they want to say, no, there was nothing wrong with Mahomes, and he did just fine, and they make plenty of excuses. And I'm not upset about that. I just feel like you got to hold people accountable. And I feel like we're not being honest, and we're not holding him accountable. You're the quarterback. It's your job to throw the ball. It's your job to be able to read the defense. And this is a problem I had with Matt Stafford for all his years in Detroit. Great quarterback, talented as you are. I don't want to take anything away from how talented you are, all your accomplishments, and all you've accomplished. But what I do want to say is there's reasons other quarterbacks have more success. And as someone who's watched quarterbacks, like Cousins is talented. He could have been in the NFL, great quarterback, training quarterbacks. Your mind is a powerful weapon too. And I don't feel like Mahomes is forced, challenged, or has had to use his. And I feel like he was put in a position yesterday in the middle of the Super Bowl, second quarter, where you got to use this. Them legs and this arm can only do so much. And I feel like once it got took away from that, this wasn't ready. And I feel like just making plays at the line, making the best reads, making the right decisions, changing up plays, maybe being a field general, and I know it's easy to say that, and I know maybe he doesn't have that type of control, but when you give a quarterback $323 million, you're led to assume he might have a little more control of the offense, and it's me personally. So I was watching the game, and honestly, I was shocked a few times by just his lack of noticing and paying attention. And even when he snapped the ball a couple times, and I'm watching guys lead blitz him, it's like he's not paying attention. He looked just completely out of it, and he doesn't want to blame it on his toe. I'm not going to blame it on his toe. He ran for 500 yards behind the line of scrimmage. His toe was fine. His toe was fine. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? He played well with other teams with that toe. I don't want to hear it. What I want to hear is honest criticisms of him, because this is what he needs right now. You lost because the defense exposed you. And I know it was a fun ride, but this happens to everybody. Everybody has to deal with this. Sometimes, regardless of how good you are, the defense is prepared, and they'll know what to do to deal with you. And I feel like this time, they knew what to do to deal with him. Like, I don't feel like at any time they were just ill-equipped to deal with him. I watched that front four just give him hell. Like, I'm going to give you hell. Like, they gave him hell. I watched the back four, the safeties and the corners, give him hell. Yeah, every time you throw it up, it's two people around the receiver. Every time you move the ball out with a running back, it's 2 or 3 people around the running back. I watched the defense force him to do what he wanted to do, and he didn't recognize it. He just didn't. The third quarter, fourth quarter, it looked like he was getting things together. No, it didn't. It looked like the defense was giving him plenty of opportunity to run clock and get upfield, but you weren't going to score. We weren't letting you score. We were just getting you excited so that you could blow some clock and we could get the ball back. That's what it looked like to me. I'm not an analyst. I'm not a professional. What do I know? I've just been watching sports my whole life. I'm not you guys. I'm not Skip. Skip's my guy. I'm not talking down on Skip. I'm not Shannon. It's my guy. I'm not talking down on Shannon. These are my guys. I'm not talking down on them. I'm just saying. I'm not celebrated. I'm not highly touted as, greatest sports recognizer. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you honest things that I recognized as a fan of Tom Brady, as a football fan. I paid attention. It's only so much to say sometimes. Mahomes just wasn't I say this about Aaron Rodgers, and I don't take me for comparing the two, because I don't want to compare the two, but this is just something I noticed about Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't seem to be the best player as far as a teammate. He's one of them teammates that he knows he's better than you, and he's gonna flaunt that all the time because he takes pride in how good he is, and there's nothing wrong with that. But then it comes with being a grown man and recognizing everybody can't be you, and that's why you're you. So you got to do something else to make them at least comfortable with being around you all the time. And I feel like he doesn't do that. Tom is very come-here-ish to people. You know what I'm saying? Tom got drafted 299th. He's very, hey, now look where I got. You can get there too. You just got to work for it. He got that work for it attitude. He didn't get to start the moment he came in. He was under Drew Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe got hurt. He had shit to prove, and he proved it. And he said it. If you got something to prove, I'm going to help you prove it. Just come prove it. Be ready to prove it. And I feel like he takes that mentality everywhere. The Chiefs didn't have nothing to prove in their opinion. But in my opinion, they had a lot to prove. Because like I stated in my last video, might not be able to link it, but go check it out. It's on the channel. I remain unimpressed. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends about it. He had a lot to prove. You beat not Alex Smith. You beat the 49ers with a quarterback that can't throw and a hurt defense, in my opinion, and I don't think that warranted you $323 million. Yeah, a lot of money like that. And I'm not upset at you for taking it. Take it. You're worth a lot. They think you're valuable. But it's something to be said when the 7-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady has never had a contract where he earned over $40 million a year. So just recognize that you're getting all this money, but in my opinion, you haven't done what you're getting paid the money for. Now, you came this year expecting another walk in the park because last year you didn't have to see Tom Brady because Bill Belichick didn't give him enough weapons to even have a chance to get that far. And you got an easy little win out that way. And I recognized it, but I wasn't mad because, hey, you got to win. You earned it. But this year, it didn't go that way. And I'm just recognizing that you didn't do anything. You could have called screenplays, bubble plays. You could have ran some reverses. You could have QB sneaked. I feel like the way the Buccaneers played yesterday, if they were playing the Ravens, they might have lost because the Ravens are a deceptive offense. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the Ravens run plays that are meant to kind of fool the defense. Even if we're not better than you with our talent, we can make up for it with our ability to use and utilize our talent. I feel like the Chiefs have too much talent to not be able to utilize it, and I felt that they didn't do a well enough job of that. Slot receivers are big, and especially with linebackers, I feel like Levante David is huge. But if you run, I'm not going to tell you how to run your offense. I'm not a quarterback. I'm not an offense coordinator. I don't run the offense. But, just overall saying, I feel like there was things you could have done to better equip yourself to deal with the threat and the problem that was this Bucs team. Because as I watched that quarterback go to the line of scrimmage time and time again, he looked flustered. He looked confused. He looked unwilling. It's bad enough you weren't beating bad teams. This was a good team, and you lollygagged your way to the end of the race, but you got there, and I couldn't get mad because I said you're here. You know what I'm saying? But when it was time to show you were here for a reason, you didn't do that. In the second quarter, I'm looking at Travis Kelce's face, and he looked like he knew it was over. He was quitting already. He was like, I don't want to keep getting hit by these dudes, man. I don't want to keep running into these guys and getting hit for this to drop the ball or for my quarterback to have to. And nobody was offering to help. I watched plenty of snaps where The Bucks had Gronk lined up on the edge of the line and ran the ball. Fuck it, only got him 4 yards. Fuck it, only got him 6 yards. They made sure to run the ball. And I feel like you guys were too afraid to do that. Yeah, they got a good defense, run defense, best in the league. You can't abandon the run, though. You know, shit happens. You can't just abandon it. But you had gotten rid of your best running back, if I remember. So that was a problem you were going to have to deal with. And it came to nip you in the butt. Again, this is the Chiefs organization making bad decisions. But then this is the quarterback failing to step up as a team leader and say, you know what? Nah, I don't like this play at the line of scrimmage. This defense I see looks very dangerous. I don't think we should be throwing the ball here. I think I should be handing it off. I think we should be running a type of play. And I feel like if that's a Drew Brees, who else really can do that? Like, it's not a lot of quarterbacks that can do that. Like, but I feel like if that was a Drew Brees, if that was a Tom Brady, they changed the call. They changed the call. I don't know what else to say. You guys want to keep making excuses, and he did everything he could. Man, listen, you ran for 500 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I can only imagine the amount of time you save if you throw the ball out. Make smart quarterback decisions. That's one thing Skip brought up today, and I didn't pay much attention to it because I wasn't too upset or personally like shocked by it, but it makes a lot of sense, man. You're so talented that your team believes in you, which they should, but out of that belief comes like a misenamored like perception of perfection where he just can do no wrong. And I felt like a lot of those yards and a lot of those plays he didn't do right. And I'm not mad, but I just don't understand. You don't pay a quarterback $323 million. That number is big. That's a big number. You know what I'm saying? Guaranteed. You don't give a quarterback $500 million for nothing. For him to not be able to run an offense. For him to not be able to mentally gauge a situation and be able to dictate the right course of action. You don't pay a man $323 million because he's incapable. So for me, it's what is he so incapable for, and what does he need to hide and like put away this incapability? Got a great coach. He wasn't ready. He said he didn't put you guys in positions to win. That was him being humble. But he recognized while he was out there watching the shit Brady does. I bet Brady audibled at the line. I bet you he audibled at the line at least 5 times. It's Tom Brady. I know. He's not gonna run his team into some bad, you know what I'm saying? I know he audibled. But you're Patrick Mahomes. You have no excuse now. This is what I'm saying. You've got a chip already. You've got a Super Bowl. You don't have an excuse to make it to a second Super Bowl and not perform, to not get a single touchdown pass. I don't care that the defender got his hand in Tyreek's face and it would have been a face mask. I don't care that Travis Kelce dropped one because Brooke caught him by the legs. They say these things to excuse Patrick Mahomes' throws, but the defenders were all over these guys. Those were not caught because the defender stopped it from being caught. It wasn't caught because they just couldn't catch. It was good defense out there. So I feel like Patrick Mahomes being a starting Hall of Fame caliber quarterback, your job now isn't just to go out and throw the ball. Your job is to manage the game on offense. You are a coach on the field. You're the quarterback. Like, that's a big job, and it's important. And I feel like he didn't take it that serious and understand what he was doing versus who he was doing it with. You were playing a smart young defense on that Bucs side and a smart quarterback. They've been training with Tom Brady the entire year. They are smart at this point. They're not dumb like last year because they ain't never have no quarterback to practice against and it was just easy and it was getting free shit. No, he came in, he straightened them up. You were playing a real team. And what you needed to show me, I don't know about anybody else, but me, $323 million man, remember, $323 million man, you needed to show me that you got further than you were last year. Because last year you could throw. Last year you had a cannon arm. And the Super Bowl didn't show too much of that, honestly. This year, look, I was watching. Skip said he was watching with his wife. I was watching with Shawty. Bro, what? Look, I was watching with a guest, bro. Look, I was told just like this. I've been hearing about him for like 2 years now. He doesn't look that good. Well, I don't want to say he's not good because he's good, but the defense is good. And she's like, but what is that? Does that mean he just can't do anything? I'm like, well, no, because he's supposed to still be able to make changes and audibles and call the right plays and figure out a way to make it happen. Because when you're Tom Brady, why he has 6 rings, that's what you figure out to do. And so while I sit and watch media everywhere excuse Patrick Mahomes for this terrible performance, I wanted to make sure I called him out. Because, there's no way you get to walk on that field as a general and not make any calls, not make any plays. You are not being a great leader at all. I don't, like I said, all I said the entire game was that's $323 million down the drain because y'all paid him for knowing how to throw a football, which I'm not mad at, but he's a quarterback. He's supposed to know how to throw the football. Whether it's sharp, duddy, or not, he can throw the football. He's a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? A lot of quarterbacks can throw the football. But what else do they have? And if he doesn't come back this year and show that he recognized that from the Super Bowl, they're going to do this shit again. They're going to get all these games. They're going to go to the playoffs and lose. Now, teams just watch this. They're trying to expose you. They've seen that you're not the best decision maker. They've seen that you lose focus. They've seen that you just get lost out there. Like, they've seen all of this. Like, there's no hiding anymore. You're going to be in a world of hurt if you don't learn how to manage the game of football. Because now that you've won a championship and then got exposed in a championship, teams are going to be coming for you. Because we know that something works now. And if we see that it works, we can imitate it. That's it. iPhones, phones, galaxies. We saw that this sold. Let's make ours just like this, but do something different, though. Simple mathematics. So, great game by the Patriots defense, or Patriots. Great game by the Buccaneers defense. Great game by Tom Brady. Horrible offensive performance. Just terrible. Horrible defensive performance. Just terrible for the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know what the Kansas City Chiefs were doing there. Look. Y'all had a cakewalk through that division. And I knew it when you played the Bills. Because the Bills are good, but the Bills lack a real helping running back right now. So they're not all the way there yet. And they lack a defensive line. And I saw that earlier in the year. But I'm going to leave them alone. They got a nice secondary, good quarterback, receiver. They can get a running back and a good lineman. They'll be fine next year. They might make it. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. But you beat a lot of subpar teams in the regular season, and you lost, you know what I'm saying? You sat everybody and then lost to the Chargers. Like, your team was just very not into it. And I don't know if it was because you got a little drunk off the first Super Bowl, but, buddy, I'm trying to tell you, there's a reason people like Tom are there. He's won 7 now. He won 6 for a reason, is what I was saying yesterday. This man didn't wake up and win 6 Super Bowls on accident. That doesn't happen. He won 6 Super Bowls because he deserved to win 6 Super Bowls. So you're going to come into this not understanding what the difference is in a quarterback and a not quarterback. Josh Rosen or Allen or whoever is not a quarterback yet. He can throw the ball and he can run, but his mental is not equipped as a starting quarterback yet. His mental's not there. You showed yesterday that your mental is not there. All the talent in the world can do whatever it can do, but if you don't know how to control it, sharpen it, and use it to your advantage, it means nothing. Tom Brady didn't have to throw for 500 yards. He didn't have to throw for 5 touchdowns. No. I'll throw 3 nice touchdowns, 200 yards, and let my defense teach this young kid something. That's GOAT talk. That right there was GOAT talk, and you didn't get it. Like, I saw it. I witnessed it. That's just my opinion and how I feel about it. I want to give you guys that little bit of information. Please understand, like, this is not a knock on Patrick Mahomes. Glorious, great player with a bright future. But please don't let him get away with not making the right calls and decisions and being able to do things he needs to do to win a Super Bowl. Because I see everyone saying it's not his fault. Look at the throws he made. He was halfway to the ground. Yeah, he was halfway to the ground. Because when he was at the line of scrimmage, he didn't change the play, knowing it was a blitz coming or knowing his linemen couldn't hold anything. How come you got 2 hurt linemen, but you want to keep dropping back? How come you got 2 hurt linemen and you don't want to try anything special? Yeah, some runs got stopped, but some runs were successful. Not super, but enough. You got to make plays. You got to try. See if your running back can get you to a 3rd and short. Trick them. Use a trick. You know what I'm saying? Use everything at your disposal. And I don't feel like that was done. I feel like they cheated themselves, they shortcutted themselves, and they paid the price for it. Because that Bucs defense was not there to play. They were not there to be nice. They were there to win that Super Bowl and get Tom Brady number 7, and they did that. So you know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes, take that $323 million, please. Go and learn some playbook. Go and look over some film. Figure out decisions. Learn how to make calls out. You feel me? From the snap, from the pocket. Learn how to field general. Learn how to be the quarterback at all times. That's your job right now. Like, there should be nothing else on your priority all offseason than learning how to play call from the line. That's all you need to do. And the fact that you didn't do it this year shows me just how lazy you were, just how arrogant you were to feel like you didn't have to get better. Who did you think you were playing? This isn't college. This is the worst loss I took, probably in my whole professional career, since high school, since college. Yeah, because these grown-ass men in their prime weren't about to go out there and play with you thinking you were just this one. They each learned from what you did last time and said, okay, we're not going to do that again. Tyreek Hill, you're fast. I don't know where you went. You just didn't go nowhere. He's fast for nothing. He didn't go nowhere. He's like, I'm fast, but I'm not going nowhere. Kelsey, again, you gave up early. I saw it in your eyes. Maybe you didn't give up, but you were done. He was like, I don't want to do this no more. And I understand. I wouldn't either. Look, man. Like I said, Patrick Mahomes, work on some things. Get better. Handle business. Do what you got to do as a quarterback to progress and get your team where it needs to go. Because right now, you guys are not doing what you need to do. You're not the team we expect you to be. You're not getting it done. It's bad right now. So please, Patrick Mahomes, go this whole offseason, learn how to call your offense from the line. Learn how to audible. Learn how to read defenses. Learn how to switch. You need to learn how to slice up coverages. That's it. You know how to throw. You got a great coach. You got the weapons. Nigga, now learn how to utilize them right. Learn what they do and don't do. Learn how to use their disadvantages to an advantage. Learn how to quarterback. This is why Tom Brady wins, so he's just a quarterback. We're not talking about Tom Brady. So that's the end of this video for you guys. I didn't want to give you a long one. Just want to explain what's going on. Oh, hiccups.